What's up, guys? What is up? What's up? Welcome, guys and gals. What's up? It's live stream time. 8:31. Mm. Mm. My bad, guys. My bad, guys. What's up? How's it going? Who's in the chat? Who's in the chat? Where's all my things at? Where's all my things at? There we go. I got the live stream up. I got everything all up and ready to go. Got my introverted shirt on for D&D, but willing to discuss D&D. What's up? We got Joshua, Nimaj, Sneaky Steve, Scatterbug, TJ Tibbets, CH. Whoa, oh, CH is here. Howdy. DC Artificer, of course. New DM Pyromancer, Librix, Pyromancer. I just was doing some reviews over the PDF for next month, the Psionic PDF, and one of them is a like a Psionic Pyromancer. So that your name Pyromancer made me think of that. What is up, guys? How's it going? How's it? You have your question ready to go. Ooh, Jacob Lohair. No wonder. No wonder Jacob always gets those questions in. Don't ask him yet. Don't ask him yet. Love it. Love it. Love it. Talon's here. Best name in the game right there. What's up, guys? All right. So tonight I am armed with my soothing hot water. For this reason. Woo. Oh, it's hot. No, it's hot. So, okay. Try not to make me laugh, please. It makes me go into these coughing spasms. I'll try and I think that works. I think that muted it. I don't know. Don't die, coach. Good morning, Julian. It's not morning at all, but good morning to you. Yeah, Jacob Sherbert Psionics. That's a whole nother thing. But here's how this is gonna roll. We got the questions, of course, how this works for anyone that's new. How many people got here? 40? 40? Let's go. This is the boss. All super chats go to the boss. If you have a question, go ahead right now. Hashtag question. Put a hashtag question, shoot it out there. My moderators will grab it, put it in there. Questions are live. Right now. 3 a.m. in the morning, Julian. Dang. The boss is a super chat machine, or you kill it with super chats. Right now, who is it? Is it Kevin? Every super chat donated attacks the boss. Boom, 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 hacks it on down. If you have a question, hashtag question, my moderators will grab it up for you. Make sure you put hashtag question so they can see it. If you super chat a question, it jumps to the front of the line, answers it real quick. Appreciate it. And if we hit our goal of what? Oh, wow. Oh, no. CH. You did it. Ooh, sorry. Dang, let's start this off strong. Wow, okay. CH came in strong. As usual, CH is not messing around. Not messing around. Woo! So, usually there would be a question along with that. Super chat from CH of $100. Thank you for that. And if we hit our goal up here in the top corner, I'm doing a PDF giveaway. And if you're already a patron, which means you have the PDF, I'm going to give you a D&D book. So depends. If you win, you're always going to get something no matter what. I don't want to depends on who you are. Everyone's going to win something. Whoever wins at the end here. If we hit that goal, all good. Everything's out of the way. And at the end, I forgot this part. I'm going to talk about the Kickstarter. There is some final things that have been came down the pipe, and in less than 2 months, guys, less than 2 months, I have some big stuff that the first time I'm going to say it ever is going to be in this live stream right now, and I'll save that for the end. So we got live stream questions right now. I got some going, and then we got the super turbo round overtime at the end, and then we'll talk about the Kickstarter. So let's go. Mega Robe is ready. Jacob's ready. Reese Rudy's ready. It's starting to see names that look familiar. MCDO. AD Barnes is here. All right. Here we go. I gotta scroll back here. I took too long. First question. Can you hear me? We're good. All the stuff here. All right, cool. Hashtag question. With your glancing blow homebrew, love it. Where hitting the AC is half damage, do you apply the same rules to monsters so they all take half damage? Yes. That is a very great great question, honestly, because it leads me to something else. Anytime I have a homebrew that is a positive or a negative to the players or the monsters, well, players or monsters, everyone gets it, man. Everybody gets it. You know what I mean? So yeah, glancing blow, if you don't know, is if a person's armor class is 15, right? 15. If you roll above that, obviously you hit. If you roll below that, obviously you miss. But a lot of new players get a little like, okay, so you hit the armor, and some new DMs will be like, okay, so wait, 15. So 15 met the armor, but that beats it technically. You know, beating is meeting, right? So that's an interesting little words I just said together there. But a glancing blow homebrew is if you hit exactly the armor class, it's half damage, which helps in the big scheme of things. So same thing applies when a monster attacks a player. So if I say like 15 to hit, and they're like, ha, hits. They say exactly hits is usually what I say. I'm like, ooh, half damage, got it. So then everyone kind of understands, right? Or they say glancing blow, or they say however you want to phrase it, right? So cool. Jacob Lohair, hold on, let me check back in the chat. Swift Destroyer of Worlds. What's up? Hey, coach. Ayo, crew. Fast Hand Hero. I see you. DM Vogie. Man, we're getting some people rolling in now. DM Vogie, what's up? God Fox. Jessica. Glancing Blow. Ooh, would Glancing Blows work with spell DCs? Interesting. So that's a whole nother topic on spells. It depends on if you're talking about a spell save DC or for damage. So Jessica, I saw you in the chats. Not necessarily a question, just I was just talking about it. If it's a spell attack roll, yeah, for sure, I would do the same thing. Now, if it's a saving throw, in general, the saving throw, I would just have it be normal, right? The saving throw would be they hit the saving throw, it works, right? I wouldn't get too complicated there. That's where I draw the line. So next question. Jacob Lohair, of course. You weren't as fast as last time though, buddy. You got a little slow. You're a little slow with the enter button. New UA fixes Dragonborn, but I've always found gnomes to be the lackluster race, forest gnomes specifically. What do you think? If you're going to spice up forest gnomes, how would you do it? So interestingly enough, I, in general, don't run races rules as written. Shocker. Oh, it's hot. It's so hot. I did a post on this today actually in the community post. Is I have the point by feet system, which Jacob, I think you'd be familiar with, so you might know what I'm talking about. Point by feet system is basically you get a certain amount of points and you can build whatever race you want. So all of the things about a gnome would be there. I basically took every single class, every single race, not class. This is a point by feet system to build a character. I took every single race in Unearthed Arcana, in the rules as written, in all the expansions, and I exploded them out, assigned point values to everything, put them all back together. So the gnome stats, and you could build a forest gnome, and you could spend all your points to recreate a forest gnome, or I would use that system and dissect it so you can truly put your finger on what about them you don't like. So then if you don't like the certain, whatever the quirks are, you could not use that, put this around and just really customize it. So that's how I would handle it. But to specifically answer your question, I give them something having to do with some terrain and some forest stuff, and they get advantage on stealth if they're in forest, or if they have some sort of foliage, or if they are going to fit into small places, which I think gnomes already get some stuff like that. But all those feats are all broken apart like that. So that's how I'd fix it. Is I'd ask you if you were my player, I'd be like, what things do you not like about the gnome? Like, what parts of it don't you care for, right? Because not every gnome would be the same. So what cool parts would you want, and what bad parts do you not want? Cool. Careful though, coach. Thanks, Steve. Oh, gossiping goblins. Careful for what? Somebody, you talking mess, man? You talking mess? Hope everyone's doing well. No, you're not talking mess. You're being real nice. I'm sorry for that. I came in hot right there. So next question. New DM 107. Question. I am a new DM. Hey. My players start a new guild. I went with the rule to build it. But I have a big time problem to come with any time of system for a reputation for it. Aha, okay. I think I did a video on the group patrons and stuff. There's a video I did over group patrons, which is basically what you're talking about here, a guild. A guild would be a group patron. I don't really agree with the naming of it. It doesn't really make sense. It's like an organization, but a patron makes me think of a warlock patron, and they've already used that verbiage. So why would they use the same verbiage of patron in another part to reference something else? I don't know. I did a video there, so I would say do that. It says like a boss is on the title or whatever. It's part of Natasha's Cauldron of Everything videos. So you could have the video there. But in general, I would just have I would view it as a quest hub, right? They want to be a part of a guild. They want to be part of a guild. Think of that from the DM's perspective. They're going to be here. That's a huge advantage for you. You don't have to sprinkle in quests on NPCs that they don't know. If you have a guild like that, that is just a gold mine for a new DM to be able to have them come to you. There's people that are really important. Maybe the really important person assigns an NPC to the group and it's like, hey, this is who you check in with. And now you can have them check in with them and they can tell, you can literally tell them as an NPC, tell them what to do. And where to go and all that kind of stuff as far as that goes. And then as far as rewards and everything, any type of things you want to give to the characters, if they have cool magic items or cool upgrades you want to give them, just have it be a reward that they get from doing a mission from the actual guild. So it kind of takes care of itself, and I would take advantage of them wanting to be a part of that guild and just be able to have quests be issued out to them and stuff, right? Patron's a sugar daddy. Don't make me laugh, hey Barnes. Don't make me laugh. Dang it. Oh god. Okay. CH, I see your question, and I see you, and you already did $100 super chat, so I'm going to just jump in and answer this. 100% great sword. 100% great sword. I'm a great sword guy. I love huge freaking swords. Now, 2d6 versus 1d12, all that kind of stuff. That doesn't matter to me because I don't assign dice to weapons like that. I just let the I let them pick it. That's a whole nother conversation. Next question. Reese Rudy. How would you... I probably shouldn't project like that. Woo. Question. How would you run the whimsical nature of the Feywild? What would you describe? Oh, the Feywild. I love the planes of existence. I just did a video that absolutely tanked because I knew it would, because nobody cares about the planes and nobody knows about the planes and it's very intimidating. Which is why I'm making videos for it. But honestly, I'm making those videos like it's for you guys, but I want to really make those videos because I think it's super awesome. And it's been really cool to see the comments in that video about all the cool stuff about the plane of limbo and stuff. I totally want to do a whole video on the Feywild because that'd be a whole thing. But the whimsical nature, I just have pixies, tricksters, tricksy type stuff, pranks, play on words, getting people to agree to stuff that binds them into a contract immediately. Like there's a lot of these really cool things that you can do to just get across the feeling of the Feywild, right? And as far as whimsical, I would just have it's a good time. It's a good time, but right around the corner in the woods, right there is a very scary time. And a lot of times I would have like super nice and like a party and everything's happening and be like, hey, well, what if we, and like try and get the players to start joking and get them to agree to something, and it's a binding contract in the Feywild. And what your word is bond, and now you are magically bound with. So there's some really cool things there to have like this really fun party vibe, but you got to be careful what you say and what you agree to and all that kind of stuff. So also a thing I love about the Feywild is when you leave the Feywild, you make a wisdom saving throw, DC 15, and if you fail, you forget everything that happened to you while in the Feywild. Like when you're on the material plane or whatever other plane, you went into the Feywild, start that clock, and you make a saving throw when you leave the Feywild, you will forget everything that happened in the Feywild. So hopefully somebody from your party remembers, but there's some really cool stuff there. And have some really cool storylines and hooks and all that kind of stuff for that. But yeah, that's I love the planes. So love that question, Reese Rudy. How's my day going? No fun allowed. I'm having a whole bunch of fun. So my day's going good. I appreciate it, man. Sticky and Bishop live. Oh my God. That was a thing. Scatterbug, you remember. Oh my God, that's so true. Where is that video? Was that a live stream? Yeah, that was a live stream. Back in the day. I think these are even unlisted. I would have to post this on like a specific Lemon. What's up, Lemon? I did a live stream in the Feywild, or I did a live stream. I homebrewed a thing in the Feywild. There's a whole bunch of stuff, and I told the story about it and everything. So wow, that was a while ago. That's crazy. Next question. Mega Robe 20 hashtag question. I want to try and make a personal inspired D&D campaign. I want to try and make a persona inspired D&D campaign. I don't know what persona is. Is that a thing? Somebody at me or Sneaky. Oh, Sneaky Steve. No, wait, no, sorry. Sneaky Steve's the moderator who's saying this. Mega Robe 20, say something in the chat, or somebody do the dungeon coach so I can see it or whatever. What's persona? A persona inspired D&D campaign? I have no suggestions because I don't know what persona is. I'm sorry. I feel bad because that's outside of my is it like Avatar. I can like I got something on that D&D or D&D. Dragon Ball Z. It's a video game. Ah, okay. Thank you, Orangey Plays. Yeah, I don't know what Persona is. I really feel bad now, but I can't give you any advice. I've just been making something up. Zenith of Tempest. Next question. Zenith of Tempest asks, how much of your games are theater of the mind? Do you use minis and terrain often? Okay. Keep in mind, I'm going to say this as if this is an in-person game. Okay. Not in-person games like Roll20, I go to theater of the mind a lot more. Yeah, for sure. So probably 2 to 3 times as much in digital tabletops. But anyway, so theater of the mind as far as in-person games, I would say it's hard to say how much I use it. But maybe out of every fight that I do, if you put them all the fights together, 1 out of every 7. 1 out of every 5 if you talk about some small stuff or like descriptions of like action scenes, right? Like it's actually, I'd say this, skill challenges are theater of the mind. You know what I'm saying? So if you consider skill challenges, and if you don't know what skill challenges are, Zenith, check out my skill challenge videos. I have like 3 of them. They're amazing. They're one of my favorite things. Yes. So it's a JRPG. I don't know what's there's no. See, I don't even know what that is. Anyway, the theater of the mind I think is very nice whenever it's supposed to be fast paced. I just did a video on Skirmish Initiative about how you can go fast paced and just what are you doing? I don't have time to get out a map and get out the minis and like, okay, ready, set, go. Here we go, guys, and like reestablish the tension. No, it's go. So I'll do theater of the mind when I feel like there's these interim transitional fights or that span across a lot of movement or stuff like that. But I do love me some minis. I got them all up in the back here in my maps. Maps hanging on the wall. Oh, they're off the camera. They're hanging on the wall right over there. So hope that answers your question. Alpha Chief 14. Wait. There's a super chat. There's a big yellow thing here. Hold up. Joshua Phillips with a $10 super chat. Appreciate it. Oh, look at this. I did not even know this. I did not even see the super touch just now. Hold up. Hot water. Ow. No, it's still hot. Okay. Joshua Phillips says, really love your skill challenge videos. Perfect timing, dude. Would love to see the rules in play. When can we see streaming a full campaign? Would it be posted to YouTube or Patreon? You could go through the plains. What a great idea. 100%. I am going over the summer. I'm a full-time teacher, full-time coach for anybody that doesn't know. And right now, oh my gosh, there's no time to stream anything or get all that set up. I'm trying to get this Kickstarter going, which we'll talk about later. But over the summer, I 100% plan on starting some games, and I'm going to be piloting with whoever the first group kind of put together is going to be. I'm going to take the patrons and I'm going to play with the patrons, but it's going to be. I don't think I'm going to stream the first one because I just want to make sure I get everything figured out with like, I'm probably gonna have to do some sort of button transition stuff. You know what I'm saying? With the things that are happening to try and have this be some sort of good production value. So it's not just like, okay, can you hear me? Can I hear you? Okay, can you hear me? You know, but I 100% over the summer, I'm getting that set up, and I want to show you guys some games. I want to show you all these things I've been talking about, put them in, like you said, in play. I want to do a skill challenge in play. I want to do videos, dungeon coach style videos where I break down my own DMing. I break down my players' decisions. I break down moments of real game, like game footage, like a sports analysis, post game recap. Like, see how that pass? Look at that great pass there. I'm going to talk about player moves, options, things that are going through my mind, all that kind of stuff. I don't see that out there in YouTube, and I want to do that. I think that'd be really cool. So, heck yeah. If you want to go back to it, Dungeon Coach, Persona is about a group of high school students who harness personas, mental manifestation of their psyche. Oh, okay, Lemon. Then where was that? Mega Robe, Fantasy High. Dimension 20 is the YouTube channel. Fantasy High. Dear Lord, that would be perfect for you. I'm plugging somebody else that's not me because they have something better that suits you, right? I'm not. Yeah, I'm trying to help you out, not myself. So yeah, Fantasy High. There's a whole season of high school magic. It's amazing. Oh my God, you'd love it. Okay. Anyway, dungeon commentary. Oh my God, MCDO. I would call it dungeon commentary, DC. Oh my gosh. Guys, I didn't know whenever I came up with the dungeon coach, I didn't know that it was going to be so perfectly applicable in all the DCs and all the things all swirling around there. Dungeon coach, roll by roll. Breaking down the game film. Yeah. All right. Next question. Alpha Chief 14. How do you deal with Portent? Oh, I hate Portent. I find the divination wizard is broken due to it. Yeah. Okay. So, Portent and Lucky. The Lucky Feat and Portent, I don't like, right? So I have a video rant that I want to do on Portent. I think it's very important. I'm making myself laugh here. Okay, tell me if this makes sense. I'm leveling with you guys here. There's thoughts that I have that aren't fully fleshed out. Like they're Portent. I don't like Portent. I've had a player at my table play with Portent. I knew I didn't like it beforehand. In action, I didn't like it. So, right? And then I have some solutions I'm about to say, but that I would not 100% like sign off on and make a video about it that's like out in the ether for forever. You know what I'm saying? I would want to really go through my homebrew process to really try and break it down and give a bunch of different options out there, right? So this is disclaimer off the top of my head. So Portent, a couple things you could do is you could have the DM have the Portent die. I was able to get this across in some bonus level up perks PDF. So some of the patrons that have that PDF know. I took every single class in the game, every single subclass in the game, and made bonus level up feats like to kind of take them to the next level. One of them was an unknown fortune, right? Like God, there's a cool name, prophecy. Somebody in the patrons, if you remember what the divination wizard bonus level up perk was called, it was super cool. But it was like unknown prophecy or something like that. So on your long rest, the DM rolls the Portent die, right? And I would have that off the side. I write it down. They don't know what it is, cause you like. That's the part that I don't like, is they can just sit on a 19, they can sit on a 1, they can sit on a 20, whatever. It's upsetting me. It's upsetting me that much. Yeah, future insight. No, I don't think it was called that. True. The DM can have those roles, and then the person can say like, I'm going to use my Portent, and then they like see into the future or whatever, but it wasn't perfect, right? And I think that also feels okay and feels fine, because the divination wizard shouldn't be able to just perfectly see into the future every single time perfectly, right? That's not really how time really works, in my opinion. So even fundamentally at like a story level, it doesn't really feel right? So I would say that that would be the thing that would be the unknown. It's to try and help Portent out. The second option to try and help Portent out would be just have it to be advantage, right? There's times whenever you want to be able to bend time in your favor, and you can assign advantage or disadvantage to a roll that's made under the same conditions as Portent. Once per long rest. I would just have to be once per long, and that would be Portent. That's what I would do. I know that's a nerf. I know it's a heavy nerf because it is broken and it should be nerfed. But then, understandably so, anytime I do that to a player and I nerf something because of the integrity of the game, I give them some cool bonus perks as well, so that they feel back to leveled off, right? But at least the cool bonuses I give them aren't breaking the game, because I totally agree. Anyway. Next one, Alpha Cypher got it. Pyromancer question. It's Adam, coach. Oh, what's up? Oh my God, Pyromancer. That's funny. I remember your name in Brawl Stars being Pyromancer now. That's funny. When will me and Dante get the rest of the story of your campaign? Oh my gosh. Okay. So, Pyromancer is one of my old students that is now graduated and is a big boy now, off into adult land. But I would share stories in class with Adam and Dante about my D&D escapades, right? So yes, I also did teach math. I did do all those things, right? But then whenever we were done, you know what I'm saying, we talked about some D&D. Hey, So yeah, that was I am leaving you on a big cliffhanger there. There's a big 3-year long campaign, and this was happening during that time, and I got all the way up to like that last home stretch of that 19 to level 20 push where it closed it all out, and all the big things came around. So edge of your seat, buddy. Gotta stay on the edge of your seat. um, Chase Ferner, I think, might have a really cool. I like the idea of woe or way and letting them know if it's lower or higher than 10, but not much better or worse. Yeah, I think of an interesting thing of like if you had a portent to, I'll go off of what y'all are kind of talking about in the chat now. If you had a portent roll and then the DM rolled it and it was either going to be a 5 or a 15. Right? So the DM rolls a d20 and it's either high or low. If it's high, it's a 15. If it's low, it's a 5. And then that's kind of what happens, and you don't know, right? It can't go crazy. Unless, for myself personally, I would roll it. If it's high, it would be a 15, but if it's a nat 20, it's a nat 20. If it's low, it would be a 5, but if it's a 1, it's a 1. That's kind of how I would do it. That's an interesting way to do it, but there's a little cool twist I saw off a chat that I'm just throwing around stuff. Cool. Hashtag question. Wait, whoa. We got super chat. Joshua Phillips with a super chat, $5 super chat. How many games are you running? Sadly, right now, 0 games running, because I'll say it like this: if I ran any games right now, I would have to stop making weekly videos, or I would not be able to make the Patreon PDF. That's the sad truth of it, and it kills me. I don't want y'all to feel like I'm not trying to get a pity party here, but I have sacrificed playing D&D to be able to make this into a thing, right? I got a newborn kid, I got a wife, I got a full-time teacher coach. God, like I just was in a campaign when I started. I started the YouTube channel. A campaign was going. We wrapped up that campaign. We're talking about what the next campaign would be, and then COVID hit, and we weren't going to be able to meet up in person. And I was like, okay, well, we could go online, but I have to learn that. And I was in the YouTube channel was in the middle of all this kind of stuff right now, and I was like, I gotta go. I'm gonna go all in on YouTube. So as soon as I made that choice, I sadly rip. Yeah, there's literally no time. If you have any idea, I could go on a mini little rant right now to let you guys behind the scenes of what happens from even a day-to-day life. But it's crazy, and I'm trying to hustle and grind, so there's literally no time, which is why the summer is coming in, and that's going to make some more time. And it's why I started the Dungeon Company over on Discord, and people are joining in together to be able to help and do so many things. It's been so amazing to see the community come together to help me make the PDFs, help me edit the PDFs, help me do art, help with all this kind of stuff. I'm actually able to I'm trying to pay people to do that stuff now so that I can free up some time so that I can play and then share with you guys me playing like we talked about earlier. So hope that answers your question, Josh. Fry Minis, what's up, Fry? Had to stop by and ask, where is your preview to Van Richten's? Can we kick Fry Minis from the chat? Is that possible? Can I kick him? Wait, I think I can maybe kick him. Put user in timeout. Ooh, I don't know what that does. Don't kick him, guys. I'm just kidding. Don't kick Fry. Don't kick Fry. He's my friend, but I want to do something to him. Can I time him out? Hide user? Put in timeout. I'm just going to experiment and click that. I don't know. All right, I clicked the timeout button. Hopefully you're still here. But no, I do not get early access previews, dude. Wizards of the Coast, man. Wizards of the Coast. Message deleted by the dungeon coach. No, I didn't delete his message. Coach was timed out for 300 seconds. Woo! That's funny. Wow. Oh, that's funny. I have no idea. I did not delete the message either. I don't even know how to delete messages. That's so funny. That's so funny. I didn't even know. But no, Wizard of the Coast does not give me early access to books. So I'm not that cool yet. Even though I've emailed them so many times. So if you guys want me to get early access books and give you all stuff on that, freaking email Wizard of the Coast. TJ Tibbets, $11 super chat for the sneak attack. And now, yes, boom. TJ Tibbets is the boss, like a boss. Thanks, TJ. Doesn't even ask a question. He just wanted to throw in the sneak attack in there. That's funny. Power abuse. Yes, I feel the power that I don't know how to use accurately. Scatterbug, Ava sends her love from the Dork crew. Also, sneak attack. Oh, Scatterbug, just a little too slow. Dang. Ava's one of my other artist people. Ava and Scatterbug are my art gurus, and the Dork Cruise is another DC slang there. So TJ Tippett's secret level of paladin. It's TJ Tibbetts became the boss. Oh, he $5 super chat himself to heal himself. That's interesting. Secret level of paladin. I don't even know what that means, dude. I'm talking about the paladin subclass that I made. I have no idea. And then TJ Tibbetts is super chatting on top of triple super chatting Rise Bards. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. Okay. TJ Tibbetts is on a roll, guys. Somebody stop him. Somebody stop him. Okay, so next question. Here we go. Back to it. Noah Brem says, hashtag question, what are you doing with your free versus Patreon PDFs? Oh, how are you doing your free versus Patreon PDFs? I thought they were always free, but I've seen you post ones for Patreon only. Are they free after a certain time? Gotcha. Noah, so when I first started way back, all the PDFs I did in those videos were 100% free. They're on the DMs Guild. They're pay what you want. I have like 10 of them that are 100% free on rule systems, spells, monsters, so much stuff on the DMs Guild. 100% pay what you want. And I literally tell people, don't pay anything. Just enter in zeros. Don't feel bad. Pay nothing. If you want to pay, join Patreon, because then it helps me out more on Patreon, and you get stuff on Patreon. You get the bonuses over there too. So I since have separated those two things to where if I do follow-ups on those videos about the free PDFs, I've updated them and kind of polished off some of them and stuff if I did a video that like kind of follows it up. But they're really standalone, and they're really solid things out there, and they're 100% free. But over on Patreon is when I have my monthly PDFs. It's like a Dungeons and Dragons magazine that's rolling out every single month. And how that works is it's there for a month, and then as soon as it's gone and leaves Patreon, it goes over to my Dungeon Coach website, which is about to be released maybe tonight. I don't know. Me and my Fenrir, my website guy, are going to post it out there, but then it goes up onto the website and is up there for purchase there. Those Patreon PDFs are not just free. I pay just some more behind the scenes stuff. I pay over about $1,000 or so to even make that thing. So and I'm using Patreon money to be able to put it back in, like I said, and pay people to help do stuff and make next level stuff. So I'm putting it on there in the hopes to do this full time. And that is one of the things I'm trying to do, to create next level stuff for you guys, give it to people to support me the most, the best way I can, and then put it up on the thing for people to come grab too. So there's how that works. Gosh. And is my mic? Oh my God. I just checked to see if my mic was muted. That would have been bad. Went on a whole rant for nothing. Let's email Wizard of the Coast guys. Skylar. Nice. Revolution. That's funny. I use a ton of homebrew PDFs in my games. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. It's homebrew supplements, baby. Okay, cool. So next question. We got Noah. Oh wait, no. Yeah, that was Noah. Okay, cool. Jacob Sherbert has a question. How do you feel about letting all spellcasters have access to all spells? Ooh. This is a rant. Jacob Sherbert, you've unlocked a rant here. You've unlocked a rant. Here we go. Why not let spellcasters have access to all spells? How do you feel about spell? All right, let me make sure I have the question. How do you feel about letting all spellcasters have access to all spells? Okay, gotcha. Cool. So how do I want to start this question? Because I know exactly the answer. I have 3 different things I want to say about this, but spellcasters and their spells. Spellcasters, okay, here we go. Here's the rant. This is going to go up on YouTube for you, Jacob. So here you go. Why not let spellcasters have access to every single spell? Why not let spellcasters choose which one of the 3 mental stats that they cast their spells with? Why not? It's such a cool flavor option, and I don't think it will break the game. Okay, so here's my rant on this. First of all, the spells. I don't think, first of all, that you should be able to have all spells, access to every single one of them. At any class you pick, you'd have access to every single spell. That's a little crazy. There's a little bit of, there's some utility, there's some specificness, there's some usefulness of having the themes and stuff be in different ones. Like Sorcerer's spell list is much different than the Druid one, but the Druid one kind of can get bogged down with concentration spells and stuff like that. So what's really cool is I've given my option to the players is if you want to make a bard that's more damage in focus, it's like a rock and roll metal bard that just wants to shoot out fire and stuff, then why not pick a bard, but let it only restrict it to Sorcerer's spell list, right? Now I know it's going to be a limited spell list and oh my goodness, bards have, so then don't do that, right? Have the spell list that you want. Another thing, I'll use a bard for an example again. I've seen a bard that wanted to be more of inspirational and more religious. So there's a bard with a cleric spell list. Totally fine and awesome. Cool. Do that. What if you want to do a sorcerer that has this embedded magic in them, but they want to be a little bit more abjurative or other things like that? So let them use the wizard spell list. And if you start freaking out and like, oh, this is too broken, this is too crazy, just give the players options to do stuff. You know what I mean? If a player is really wanting to play a certain way and use certain spells and they have this vision, let them do that. Put some restrictions on it so that's not just like, oh, you can use every spell. But I'd even say if you had a player that was really wanting to use a certain spell that wasn't on the spell list, have them go on a journey of some kind, have them go on a quest of some kind, or have to be able to figure out, and the player, challenge the player. How would you be able to learn that spell? Like, what would you have to do? Well, are you a sorcerer and you have to really push yourself to the limits to be able to do this thing? Or you have to really find the right book to learn a spell that's not in the wizard's spell book? Oh my gosh, is that even possible? Like, do you have to multi-class into cleric to be able to tap into that divine magic to be able to learn that? Like, there's some really cool stuff that you can do there. And I threw out another bomb there of, with the spell casting modifiers. What if you want to have a warlock with intelligence as their spell casting modifier? That's crazy. You can't do that. Everyone has to have charisma for sorcerers, charisma for warlocks. Why? There is not a reason that you could tell me that would stop a creative decision of what you want to have behind your character as their spellcasting modifier. There's just not. If you want to, now I understand that like, a wizard though is smart and they use their intelligence to cast. I get it. But here's stay with me on this. Whenever you create your character and you want to role play your character and you want to have like wisdom, they're perceptive and they're very with it and they got some street smarts or intelligence. They're really smart and they know about stuff and all that kind of thing. Charisma, the power of will and their personality, and they're good at talking to others and all that kind of stuff. Let them choose what they want to be. Why do all sorcerers have to have charisma? Now, yes, I know you can role play charisma in a different way and you don't have to have it be like, you can have it be that they're very attractive, but they're really bad with people. And like, you can come up with stuff, but why restrict them to that stat? Okay. So if you want to have a really smart sorcerer, like there's someone that's really, really smart and they're trying to figure out how to control this magic that's inside of them. That's a very different person than a wizard that's trying to learn how to cast spells. Someone maybe has to, they have no idea what's going on with their body and all this magic that's inside of them. So they have to learn how to control it, and they have to use their smarts, how to control it, right? Or maybe they didn't have access to smarts. Maybe they aren't very charismatic and they want to role play as more of like a street smart, like urchin type street rat that has to like figure it out on their own. And they're wise and cunning and crafty, and they have to sorcery wisdom as their main stat. It doesn't matter. Let them be able to choose what stat they want, lock that in, and that's now their spellcasting modifier. It's super easy to homebrew. It's just done. That's their spellcasting modifier. That's their spell attack roll. That's their spell save DC. Let them choose, right? And now you really have opened up. Not like I haven't even broke the game in any way. You've opened it up to all these different options. And I'm sure you're going to have min-maxers out there be like, oh gosh, okay. If you got a wisdom-based sorcerer, they'd have wisdom and they have better perception checks. Okay, cool. And better at wisdom saving throws. Oh yeah, they'd be better at wisdom saving throws. And then they'd have a spell list. I want to do the wizard spell list. And like, okay, then don't let that player do it, or don't use that homebrew. But I think there's the amount of options and the amount of really awesome characters that you're going to let your players be able to create is so cool. So why not just go for it? Oh, there you go. So muscle sorcerers, strength sorcerers, con to make it too strong. Oh, that's so funny. That's funny. Okay, I want to go back and read some of the comments. Drink hot water. Oh gosh, my wife came into the chat and told me to drink my hot water. I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry. Don't come in. Okay. Drink hot water. It'd be villains entitled wilting. You'll saw my wife. Okay, cool. Avatar's best show. Guess the answers would be Dragon Ball. Okay, I was just making sure if anyone had any sort of, yeah. See, no fun allowed. Warlock with int is way better than charisma. I mean, I feel like that makes sense too. You know, I get the whole like the soul and the power of their soul and stuff like that. Scatterbug super chat. Rant, rant, rant. TJ Tibbets, commit sneak attack barrage. He can't see us all. Oh, so y'all know whenever I shift into rant mode that y'all can't see the super. Oh, no, I see it. I see it. Oh, favorite show. Okay, Rise Bars. I want to make sure I'm caught up with chat and everything. Oh God, I'm not caught up with chat. Okay. So, ooh, I do want to say this though because I saw this in chat. Hold up. I'm in the middle of a live stream and the chat's freaking out about, oh, what a dexterity. What can you choose? Dexterity, constitution, strength. Whoa, that's crazy, right? That is, if I had somebody, the right kind of player, I might allow that. If you had a constitution based caster, I think that'd be really cool for a sorcerer type situation where you use your constitution, your body to cast spells. Crazy, right? And then they'd have really high health. So if they had really high health, oh, that's broken. They have really high, blah, blah, blah. Then I would give them some sort of negative to where like they lose hit dice whenever they cast a certain, if they cast their max level spell slot, they lose it. They lose the hit dice on top of everything else. Or other cool things, if you think it's too broken to give them any one of the physical traits, add in a negative homebrew thing that makes them have to, okay, maybe their maximum health reduces by a certain amount whenever they cast a certain whatever, right? So I think that's really interesting. A dexterity-based caster would be their hands, kind of like Avatar. They use specifically their hand motions and gestures to quickly move their hands to cast their spells, right? That's cool. That's a sweet, nimble, fast caster. That's really cool. I don't know. Now, again, if the player's choosing this as for dexterity, because my dexterity saving throws would be higher and I want to be able to break the game, I'm probably not going to give that player the green light for that. But if they're like, I really want to be like a beautiful, like nimble, you know what I mean? Okay, let's see what happens, right? I would not be necessarily opposed to it. I know that is crazy and more out there, and the further out there you get, the more of a certain type of player that have to be there to be able to respect and honor that you're out on a limb here in homebrew land a little far. And a strength-based caster is super cool. I've homebrewed a Geomancer class, and they have a little bit of constitution-based casting, strength-based casting, and they have to move the earth. That's the strong thing you got to do. Like, there's actually like how I kind of flavored it is they are literally moving the earth. It's like however far away from it, they're physically lifting it up out of the ground, but it's over there. You know what I'm saying? So they were strong, and I built that little section of the class around strength based, and they could punch and they could throw geo armor on themselves to give them temporary hit points. Anyway, but there's the part 2 of that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get caught up in everything now. Woo! All right. Commit sneak attack barrage. Okay. So TJ Tibbets has a question. What's your favorite show? Mine is Avatar, and how does it influence your games? Favorite show. I mean, I love Dragon Ball Z. I really do. I really, really do love Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if it necessarily affects my campaigns or my games in any way, because Dragon Ball Z's stories are a little bit more down the middle than I usually do. I usually like to have a little bit of intrigue and stuff going on, like Breaking Bad or something, although I don't know how you would do that in a D&D, a Dexter in D&D. That's like a whole campaign theme right there. I do love Avatar. I think Avatar is great at the questing day adventuring mechanic of, I need a thing. If you go talk to this person, I'll go get it. And then we need to find this person. And then like they do a great job of that. So huge inspiration there. So yeah. And Zipperon Disney has a video on Avatar. He took an Avatar episode and turned it into broke it down like D&D style. So you would love that, TG Tibbets. Again, me plugging other people. And my wife's throwing me under the bus. Sarah Bjorkren is my wife, by the way, if anybody in chat's wondering. He's been sick but won't take medicine and doesn't get good sleep because I'm staying up grinding, babe. Leave me alone. I'm good. Damn it. See, I'm fine. It's all good. I'll get some sleep. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm hustling, baby. Hustling. What else we got? Super chat from Estrogene. What does your shirt say? Where did you get it from? My shirt says introverted, introverted, but willing to discuss Dungeons and Dragons. And I got it from my wife. Funnily enough, she made it for me. She knows that this shirt is literally me. I know YouTube is not an extroverted type thing. So just because I make YouTube videos doesn't mean I'm extroverted. I'm very much an introvert. And if you want to talk to me about D&D, I'll talk your ear off about some D&D. So there you go, Estrogene. Joshua Phillips, another super chat, $5, appreciate it. My player wanted to learn how to be proficient with a poison kit. If a PC wants to learn a new skill, how would you rule that? Okay. When I first started dungeon mastering, I had a very intricate system. I'm talking extremely intricate. Anytime they spent downtime, I gave them points of 10. I gave them, it was a 10, it started with a base 10 points, and then they rolled a d20, and they made a skill check for that thing, and I times that by 10, and they got that experience points. And they would compile experience points, and whenever they reached, shoot, what was the number I said? Whenever they reached like 1500 or 2,500, they were half proficient, and when they reached 5,000, they were fully proficient. And if they did downtime, I'd times it by 10 again. So like, I had this whole mathematical system that I originally had planned out. And it was fun to keep track of, and I like number crunchy type stuff like that, but I would not necessarily recommend that to anybody. That's just a funny little side thing. It was one of the first homebrews that I did, because I think it's dumb that people can't gain skill proficiencies later on. You know, it's not that they can't, but it's just not part of the rules, or not part of leveling up or something like that. I would think it would be part of leveling up at some point. You would gain another skill proficiency, but usually it's handled through items and stuff, but it's usually not handled through that. So anyway, if they start trying to learn how to do it, I start letting them, like, they have to continuously keep trying at it. There's lots of DC methods that you can use for it. A lot of times they have to hit a DC 20. And whenever they hit a DC 20, now the DC drops to 19. But it's really hard for them to hit a DC 20, and they have to do some stuff. They need some help. Find an NPC. NPC can grant them advantage. And they have to find something else and do this thing and use this certain tool. And the tool grants them advantage. But then there comes my homebrew rule, where every additional advantage is just a simple +2. So they have to create and think outside the box to hit a DC 20 on a skill that's not possible for them to hit a DC. Or maybe it's like, sometimes I've set like a DC 22. So that they actually have to, and they have to find multiple things at it, and they keep trying. And if they roll higher than a certain number, I can lower it by 1. And if they keep rolling higher than that number, I'm lowering it by 1. They still haven't hit the number, but you can do stuff like that. So a quick thing would be, if they have, this is a good example, a DC 25 to be able to learn poison. Obviously, they're not going to be able to hit that. But if they roll higher than 15, you reduce that by 1. And they can keep attempting it over time. So if they get 15 or higher, they keep reducing the overall DC by 1 until it gets to a certain spot where they finally hit it. Eventually, maybe over time, they finally hit it, and they get it all the way down to an actual 15, and they finally hit it. Or if it's at like a 22 and they're really close, and they get some help, and they have some item, and they have somebody that's used poison before, and it's a poison they're familiar with, and they've used it multiple times, and like all these different things, you can keep giving them pluses in +2 increments, and see if they hit the DC. And then boom, they figured it out, right? And then you can be stingy and give them half proficiency and then full proficiency or whatever. So there's my little mini homebrew rant on that. CH, what the heck? CH with a $50 super chat coming back in for round 2, and is now the boss. So of course, with a $50 super chat, that's gonna happen. How do you feel about Warlock? How do you feel about a Warlock paying something to get their spells back? They can pay at any time without a short rest, but they don't ever get spell slots just by resting. They can pay anytime without short resting, but they don't ever need to get spell. Oh, okay. I'm making a patron that's a massive gold elemental. I love it. I mean, in general, and this happens a lot. Warlocks, I feel bad for Warlocks. I don't feel like they have enough spells. I understand that it's different and evocative because it's not the normal spell list, and it's not like this is my homebrew stance here. I'm not going to make a rant on this because this would need more context, and I want to present a solution. I don't want to just rant about something that has no solution. So the Warlock, I don't feel like that spell list, that type of spell list should be a thing. It's not a thing in the rest of the game. They've only done it to one thing. I see there's full casters, and they have a spell list and certain spell slots to get certain levels. I totally get it. And there's lots of those. There's half casters. Okay, cool. And they have that. There's not as many of them. They don't have as high of a thing. They have less of them. I get it. And then there's marshals, like no zero casters, right? But then there's Warlocks, and they get spell slots, but they only can have 2, and then the spell slots gain in level, and then you can upcast it, but then some spells you can't upcast, and there's no benefit to it. It's not like there's a Warlock chart that has like, if you cast this spell, it has these extra cool perks because you're putting more energy into it because you're upcasting it on a spell that's not upcastable. So anyway, from Warlocks in my game, if you remember, I don't know if it'd be a hardcore viewer or whatever, but my rest system, short rest for my game is like 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes is my short rest, not an hour. That's craziness. I could rant on that, and I have a full video of my rest system that where I don't rant on it, but there it is. So Warlocks in my game, I give them their spell slots back more often than not. It's like, oh, it's too strong, they're gonna be so powerful. Okay, cool. I'll buff the other players. I'll buff my monsters. Like it's gonna be okay. Or I'll nerf the player in some cool thing about this thing I'm about to talk about from CH's question. So now to address CH's question is to pay to get their spell slots back. Right? I would totally sign off on this. This is far more Warlocky than whatever the rules is written are right now. Is you have to pay something. You have to barter with your patron to be able to get your spell slots back. What if you have to kill something? What if you have to kill a living creature to be able to get your spell slots back? And every time you kill a living creature, you get your spell slots back. So you got to go on like missions to go do that, or you got to bring them around, or like you got to collect souls of the people you kill to hold on to them, almost like a resource that you can use and expend the soul, and that's how you get your spell slots back, right? And you can get both of your spell slots back. Cool. Make them do stuff like that. That's a Warlock. Instead of like, oh, you have 2 spells. Okay, now they're gone. Okay, now you can Eldritch Blast. Like, I've played a Warlock. It feels like I'm so stingy about when I cast my spells. So yeah, I would totally sign off on that. Gold would be an interesting thing because it would really make them have to monitor gold. That's why I said souls. So if you want to give some sort of mechanic where if you crit on a spell, or if you an enemy critically fails on a saving throw, you get like a soul point or something, or you get like this, you can have a currency be like that, like a soul currency or whatever makes sense for their patron, some sort of resource for them to track, and they can spend that to be able to get their spell slots back. That's sweet. And they get them back on a long rest, sure, but if they want to get them back during combat, they got to be devious in some way, or make a deal, make a pact with their patron, or they talk to them and be like, I will do this if you, yeah. So anyway, love the question, CH, of course. And CH, if you look at the top where it shows all the previous super chats, it's literally 3 CHs. He's on fire right now. Oh my gosh. How do you bring your, oh, okay. CH, $10 super chat again. What about gaining temporary spell slots like temporary HP by completing tasks in line for your patron's motivation? Oh yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like Warlocks have such cool, like I say Warlocks shouldn't be, their spells should be different, but like I love Warlocks as a class. I think it's great. I think an evil cleric is great, right? Like a cleric gets their powers from a divine source. So do Warlocks, but it's an evil one, or like usually a more devious one, right? So yeah, gaining temporary spell slots. I would even say I might even give my Warlock some crazy badass spell, like a crazy cool spell, but they can't use it unless they have it. They've pleased their patron in some way, and then they get one use of it. And as soon as they use it, they can't use it again until they please their patron in some way again, right? And you could have this plot be like along the line of your storyline, like a side campaign arc where you're having to accomplish stuff to be able to get more powerful, to be able to it's all ties in together. So yeah, small little buffs like temporary HP would be pretty sweet, or big ones to be able to, like, almost like inspiration points, right? That's super cool. Super cool. Pay to win patron MCDO. Oh, that's funny. Microtransaction patron Jod the God. That's funny. All right, we're up to date on the super chats. Bang. Nice job, everybody. Nice job. Okay, so now it is overtime. It's overtime, okay? I am going into overtime now. I gotta get the shot clock out. Shot clock. Here comes the shot clock. I'm going to do 5-minute shot clock, and I'm going to answer as many questions as I possibly can, and we'll see how many I get through. These questions, disclaimer, I'm not going to be able to fully answer. I probably will still, it's cold now. That is cold water. Oh man. I probably won't be able to answer fully because I got a shot clock, right? That's the whole point. I'm gonna try and answer them really, really fast, right? Because I feel bad that that I don't get through all these things, and that's why I want to do these to be able to help you guys. But then I get all excited and stuff. So anyway, all right, let's see. Let me find the right one. Let me find the right one. Have access to all spells. Okay, rant. All right. What top DM? Okay. Perkins Dearborn says, what top dungeon master? Brennan Lee Mulligan is the best dungeon master I've ever seen. I have a whole video on why, and it's a more recent video, but you'll be able to see that. Okay, here we go. Boom. 5-minute shot clock. Here we go. All right. Oh my god, I lost it. Okay, question from DM Vogie. I love the way you have your monster sheet swept up. How do you organize them for use in the future, looking back, etc., etc.? Organize. Okay, so my monster sheets I try and make them very efficient, and I try and have just the names. I have a whole video on that. There's a big gorilla on the stat block. I even have some more stuff that I could dive into that on some of the things I've polished off even since that video. But I just have the plus to attack, parentheses for dice, and then whatever type of effect it is, and it's just a very streamlined, clear cut. You could put it on half an index card, a full-blown monster, right? And I put them on index cards. I label the front, and then I store the index cards. Like, I make my own little monster cards, and I can use them again later. Or if I'm like, oh, what, they fought this thing back then, how strong was it? I want to either bring it back in again and buff it, and I can like reference it. So I use index cards, and they're also small. I can put them on my table. Even if I'm doing digital, even if I'm going digital, I use index cards, have them on there, little cheat sheet and stuff, right? Cool. And honestly, what I would do now though, is I might print off my own PDF sheets and cut them out and put them right there. That honestly might be what I do now that I've actually created stuff. Because last time I dungeon mastered, I didn't have resources out there. So anyway, next one. Phil Swift, Destroyer of Worlds. Question: what is your opinion on dark evil clones or doppelgangers as monsters? I love it. In the final campaign battle of the thing, spoiler alert for Adam if he's still in the chat, is I had doppelgangers where it was a side quest thing that they were getting followed, and then these small children were like, oh my gosh, are you the first sons? Oh, like that was their name of like the company that they're like the renowned group that they were, and they were like, and then like they cut off some of their hair and ran. And they're like, what the heck was that? They're getting pieces of DNA to make clones and stuff. And in the clone battle, anytime a player used a feature or an ability of some kind, the clone would get that ability then too. So the clones were pretty normal, pretty useless. But like the paladin clone of the paladin, if he used divine smite, I described immediately that the clone, his sword started glowing. And they're like, oh, okay, wow. There you go. Question from DM. I got DM Vogie, Destroyer of Worlds. What? What is your opinion on dark evil? Oh, I got that. Oh, this is terrible. Sweep up, organize them. Okay. Matthew Mercer's Blood Hunter has been a big hit. However, I think the class seems a little out of place and tempting to subclass to others. What would you recommend? Yeah, I mean, I've read through the Blood Hunter, but it was so honestly confusing. I didn't soak it in, right? I would say it feels like a fighter subclass maybe, or a ranger subclass maybe. But I'd have to go back in and look more into that and read back through it, especially in a turbo speed round. Chris Thomas has a question. I understand that 5e is all you know, but your homebrew show how much is wrong with it. Plans on investigating other systems so we can have perspective and homebrews on them. Ooh, Chris, I'm gonna come back to that question at the end, okay? Because I got you. Alice Rohrback, what is your most disastrous homebrew once you actually used it? Wondering if there's any important tips on what to avoid and whenever homebrewing that came from. Oh man, this is a great question. I'm thinking of the worst homebrew that I've came up with, and it just flopped. I kind of referenced it earlier, this whole skill mechanic. It was just super complicated of what I was trying to to be able to gain a skill proficiency, you got to do all these things. I would track it and log it and calculate and all this kind of stuff. It was a big old hassle. So I didn't end up going through with that. I did a homebrew map. I did a travel homebrew where I did like a hex crawl. And like to travel, you had the thing, I drew out the map and I had a hex grid on it, and they'd move through it. And it was just like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do a hex crawl, but that's a whole video on like how to do a hex crawl. And I'd say that's probably me not being as experienced running a hex crawl, or maybe the group dynamic just didn't want a hex crawl. I didn't want a hex crawl, and I thought I did. So, yeah. But I'm really trying to think of a legitimate homebrew. I'm gonna pause the timer. I'm thinking of a legitimate homebrew where it just absolutely fell on its face, and I'm not trying to be like cocky and say like every homebrew I've made is great. Um, I don't think I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I really want to now. My moderators post in the moderator chat with an at me so I can, if it flags it or whatever. Of me to really think about and answer this question. It's really bothering me because I know I've made terrible homebrews. I know I've like beefed it. You know what I mean? But I don't want to sit here have y'all watch me think about it. So I'm gonna come back to that, Alice. Okay. And Alice, next live stream, I'm going to answer that question. So really, moderators at me with that so that I can remember that. But yeah, okay, cool. We're back to it. Nimaj Radovic. Question: if someone is using a regular race and standard approach to races, do you think they all have to feel alien to each other, like the way they think inherently alien to each other? How much should races be mentally different? Oh, that's interesting. See, and then I mean, in today's society, there's all kinds of stuff on that. But honestly, I think it has to do with how they're raised. Like whatever you were racially, And this is almost. Oh, here we go. Time's up. But I am going to finish answering this question. I think it just like us, just like humans, and we have different races out there, different I guess for humans it's ethnicities. But I would say it's the same thing in the Dungeons and Dragons world between a gnome and a halfling and an elf and an orc and all this kind of stuff, right? If you're an orc that grew up in a high chieftain warlord place that's trying to invade everything always, yeah, you're gonna have some extremely different views and priorities and things that you hold important and values than an orc that grew up in a farmland that has been in peace for decades because they have a great king that has a dragon as a mount and they protects the city and all that kind of stuff. Like, so I'd say it depends on your upbringing, your background, where you came from. I think that is going to be far more of a determining factor in who your character is, who different races are whenever you have it. And I would say that even this, like I try and challenge my players. If they come up to somebody and they see them and they're a certain race, or they're a dragonborn, or they're like what are these like there's these weird stereotypes that they might have on it. And in the world, I would have certain lore and certain things about the different races and the history to give them some flavor and some depth and all that kind of stuff. I think that's important, but I also think it's cool to show those ends of the spectrum that aren't the norm. You know what I mean? So cool question. On a socially hot topic, maybe. I don't know. So we're gonna take Chris Thomas's question. I'm going back to the chat now. I'm closing out the oh dang it! I thought I was cured. But I want to talk about some Kickstarter behind the scenes stuff now. I'm back in the chat. I'm looking at everybody. Monster. Thank you, DC Artificer, for linking the monster template video. Boom, boom, boom. And then Nightbot, cool. Freaking Nightbot's here. David Azul, what are some of the funny moments of homebrews from level 1? See, I gotta think about that awful homebrew and like flops. I love flops. I have a whole video I want to do on like my big flops. Super chat from CH to get the stream goal. You're insane, CH. You are insane. You're insane, dude. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Okay, well, we hit the stream goal. So CH plowed through that whole thing. That's insane. Oh my gosh, and this is CH's wrap it up big send off thing. So I'm gonna read this one and I'm gonna talk about the Kickstarter, and then we're gonna do a giveaway. While that's going on, we're gonna do a giveaway for some of my PDFs. You get a choice of any of the PDFs I got. I got a bunch now. I'll send to you for free. If you're already a patron and you already have that PDF, then I will buy you a D&D book online and ship it to you. If you're in the US, but if not, I'll give it to you on D&D Beyond or whatever other PDF stuff you want. So here we go. The giveaway is unlocked. Thanks to CH with all those crazy super chats. CH, the heavens can show great cruelty in a man's birth, but the foundation of any path is learning to accept the world as it is, not as you wish or even observe it to be. Ooh, dude, that's your best one. That's your best one. Do you just have a list of these things? I'm going to read it again. The heavens can show great cruelty in a man's birth, but the foundation of any path is learning to accept the world as it is, not as you wish it to be, or even observe it to be. That's really cool. That last line of even if you what you think it is, like what you see the world to be, that's really cool. Yeah, baby. Wow, wow, wow. Go with the way. Let's go. MCDO says CH practically donated the whole goal. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so some cool stuff. Some cool stuff here, guys. Kickstarter. I'm all in on the chat right now. So if you guys have any questions about the Kickstarter or whatever's going on, oh, how do you enter the giveaway? Nisamu. We're doing it right now. So can we do that? DC Artificer, can you do that? Are you still here? Remind us, yeah. So I think we do winner exclamation point or yeah. So there's that. AD Barnes has won the giveaway. Wait, did we already do the giveaway? Did we already enter the command? Oh, hashtag boss. What? New people? It's for the people watching. Yeah, Sneaky Steve. Yeah, it's right. If you're here listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth right now, you're in the giveaway. Throw it out there. Do another giveaway. 80 Barnes, if you really did win the that's Nightbot saying it. 80 Barnes won the giveaway. I will 80 Barnes, I will get you whatever stuff you want. There we go. So there's gonna be two giveaways. 80 Barnes won and Josh Zellers won the giveaway. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Josh, you here, bro? I guess you have to be because you're here. It chose you. So there you go. Hype it up in the chat for Josh. That's awesome. That's awesome. Cool, man. And I recognize the name and all that stuff. I don't even know if they see it though. Did they step away from the computer? I don't know. Okay, so congrats. So Josh, message me on Discord, come into the Discord, at me on Discord, something, and then we'll get to it. The All-Star has a question about the Kickstarter. Is it a PDF or will it be a hardcover book? For the longest time, it was going to be only a PDF. But from a lot of feedback that I've got, from a lot of the people in my community, a lot of people in the Dungeon Company, a lot of the research that I've done, I have to do a hardcover book. It's just the right thing to do. It's going to be less that I end up making from it because it's just so expensive to freaking ship stuff. But it's the right thing to do. So yes, there will be a hardcover book. But it'll only be available during Kickstarter because I'm setting up things through all the Kickstarter stuff for them to be able to issue out books. But then after that, I can't issue out books. I can't go get books sent to me and then put them in packages and mail them out to people however often they get bought and all that kind of stuff. So yes, there will be a hardcover. Yes, there will be a hardcover book. Only during Kickstarter though. So that is exciting. Azul Venado. How do you join the Kickstarter? Very soon. I'm talking in like 2 days, maybe tonight. I don't know. I'm launching the Dungeon Coach. Oh, wait a second, guys. Do y'all want to see the website? Should I do that? Did I show y'all the website? Can I do that? Oh shoot. Wait. Where's my overlay thing? I'm gonna show y'all the website. Oh, dang it. Wow, that's not good. Oh, that's not good either. All right, y'all get to see some cool behind the scenes stuff. Here we go. So I gotta hold down this. This is great. Oh, there we go. And then hold down this. Look at the website, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Check it out. All right, so boom and boom. Here's the website, guys. thedungeoncoach.com. It's not available. It's not out right now, but we got the YouTube videos. We got all the different PDFs I got up there. We got the Patreon you can check out. Kickstarter. Oh, it's mysterious right now. Coming soon. Ooh. And you scroll down, you got all the different PDFs right there that I've made across the time. There's the point by fee system we talked about. The most recent videos all across here. Most popular videos. There's the best Dungeon Master video. Today's video, the most recent one right there. Boom. Patreon link, Discord link, and the email newsletter. If you want to sign up to the email news, this would be the best way right now. The email newsletter. So yeah, I want to see it. I'm gonna go back to the chat, see what y'all think about it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. That's awesome. That's awesome. How many people are here from Brazil? I see a lot of people from Brazil, OS Gamer. Hype for the new website. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So how you join the Kickstarter is the sequence of events. I'm going to launch the website. There's going to be a whole section there you can click to sign up for to be emailed the second I release the Kickstarter. Because as soon as it goes live, it's huge. That first little thing to see how many people kind of jump on it. See if it catches fire. But the website's going to launch, and then it'll have an email list you can get on. And then as soon as I launch the Kickstarter, it sends you an email, and then you can jump onto the Kickstarter thing and be alerted there. And then the Kickstarter launches on July 1st. I keep getting June and July mixed up. July 1st is when the Kickstarter launches. But basically, and this is the last thing, and then that's it. The Kickstarter is D&D 5.5e. It's D&D. It's an expansion of 5th edition. To answer the question from earlier, it is literally an expansion of the 3 core pillars of D&D: combat, social encounters, exploration. It is literally me taking the Dungeon Master's Guide and Player Handbook, going through it fully, and giving the dungeon coach spiel of it. Right? Not saying that I by any means am the genius in any way, but I have different ways of thinking about it and different options that I want to give people. Because by no means would I recommend for you to do that to be the new player's handbook or that to be the new Dungeon Master's Guide. You should know the rules as written and then choose what things you want to do, and you can choose what options you want to have. I'm going to have options for rest, long rest, deaths. Oh, you know what? I have a whole thing right here of all the different things on there. And this is just some of the stuff. So let me say that this is just some of the stuff. Initiative systems, death rules, how to make the game harder, lingering injuries, resurrection systems. I already said death rules, combat mechanics, new conditions, new actions, new martial actions, new combat tactics, combo abilities between players to be able to do called shots, to be able to specifically target stuff, spell casting, overcharging your spells, the exploration pillar, travel, rest, downtime, full travel mechanics, underwater stuff, reworked falling damage, cold stuff like you saw in Icewind Dale, and like the different the environments and stuff, all going to be in that thing. Social encounters, different mechanics socially, how you can be able to increase role play of your players, increase role play of yourself, to be able to implement rules that inspire y'all to freaking talk to each other. DM tips, role play tips, inspiration system overhaul, session 0, all that stuff. And that is just the beginning, because the first stretch goal, oh my god, who said it? Joshua Phillips. The first stretch goal is skill challenges. I'm gonna have a whole section there on skill challenges, a bunch of different dice rolling systems. A crafting system is a stretch goal, a weapon and armor system is a stretch goal. Whoo, there you go. So that is the big picture of everything. I'll let you know whenever the website launches. I'll post on my Discord. So right now, go on Discord and I'll make a big post whenever that website finally launches. You can jump on that so you can get up to date with everything. So I want to make sure there's any other questions about the Kickstarter that I answer, because that's a big thing. All Star, you're the first person then for me to confirm that it is have a hardcover. Not even the Dungeon Company knows that it's going to be a hardcover. That's a very recent thing that I decided as of today, because I looked into a bunch of stuff on how to do that. DC thoughts on lingering injuries. Casey Love, I have a whole thing on lingering injuries on the Arctic Survival Guide, that I did a whole thing on, because that's a rant there, because so many lingering injury tables are bad and not. They would go against everything I believe about lingering injury tables. They're too punishing, or they're too intrusive, all that kind of stuff. So yes, it doesn't. Joshua, yes, it does include skill challenges. Come on, whoop 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 whoop. Enjoy the vids. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Such insight. Thank you. Surprise. Cool. Yeah, AD Barnes. AD Barnes, literally, I talk to every day about the channel and stuff. He's like my assistant coach type situation. And DC Artificer, who I've talked with at length about the hardcover, did not know that. Neither of those two, who would probably be the first to know, neither of them knew that, because it just happened just now, and I've been doing stuff ever since, and then I sat down to do the stream. So breaking news. So anyway, thank you guys. This has been fun, been awesome. I gotta end the stream in a weird way though. How should I end the stream? What do we talk about in this stream? I was gonna cough. I was gonna start coughing, then I don't want to hurt my throat, and I think that would be a dumb idea. Kickstart, I could kick something for the Kickstarter. Maybe I could do that. How could I? What else did we talk? I guess, yeah. Maybe I should just kick the camera. Maybe I should just kick the camera, or do like a oh, that was my foot. Oh wait, what? Wait, what? TJ Tibbetts. What? Guys, what? I was literally about to press the button. I had my hand on the end button, and I was going to do the thing with my foot, and I saw my foot on the screen. I was like, oh God, why am I putting my foot on the screen? People don't like feet. I'm going to gross people out. And then I looked over the thing. I see a red super chat. And I was like, oh my God, TJ Tibbetts with a $129 super chat. Don't trust everything you read on the internet. Abraham Lincoln. Wait, what? Third level bard. Bars will live on. Defeat the wizards. TJ, no. Oh, TJ. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Wow. Okay. TJ Tibbetts came in and is literally the boss in many ways. Sneaky AF. Literally, like, as the last second. Dude, I might not have even seen that. It would have just been like a... Dang. Wow. Dude, TJ Tibbetts, thank you. Thank you. The bards live on. Defeat the wizards. Yes, I love bards. I think they are underrated. I think you have to be pretty creative to play them. But I love bards. So, heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Maybe I should play a little... Do I have any... I'm looking around for a musical instrument. Like I'd have a musical instrument just sitting around here. Oh, man. Okay, so I am going to... I want to do something bard related for wizards for TJ Tibbetts. Or I could... A freaking legend. Yeah, he's a freaking legend. Perfect cue to freeze the stream. Wait, is the stream frozen? Is the stream frozen? Beat on my chest? Okay. We'll do that. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Because I lifted my foot up earlier. I'm not going to show my foot again. Don't worry. That's not a thing. I'm going to get my foot up here. Off camera. Oh, I don't have the flexibility to do that. That's crazy. Oh, gosh. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to beat on my chest like a bard. And see if I can end the stream with my foot. There we go. With my... I'm gonna zoom. Oh no. I just moved things. What's happening? What is going on? Okay, there we go. All right. So until next time.